I know something's about to go down.
My upstairs neighbor wakes me up early every morning making all type of noise.
He's fuming, isn't he?
What was that on the ceiling? What was he doing?
I think it was like his desk on wheels or something.
It looked like a old person's like walking mobility thing.
Yeah, I think it was like a desk, but there's only one thing in the world that makes people do that, and that's sleep deprivation.
Yes.
Just doing something illogical, irrational, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just grab the first thing you see.
Yeah. He's a man who has run out of options.
Yeah. That's a man that's knocked on the door 4 times.
Yeah.
His wife's giving him shit in the bedroom. Like, he's got to be up at 6 a.m. to get the kids ready for school. He's the anger is just like concealed inside him so much that it's purified into him just getting this desk and rubbing it on a ceiling.
Yeah, he's like one move away from just like throwing plates up at the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
It's like that crazy.
Yeah.
But he must have looked at it and gone, I mean, wait, there's a few things. So what, could we hear the noise of the neighbour?
It was music. It was loud
was
music.
pretty loud.
If you heard at the beginning, it was
yeah. Right.
Loud music.
Yeah.
And he, to be fair, his noise of return was very noisy. I don't think they would have heard it though. I think that what's so funny about that is that probably caused more noise for him than it did for them.
Yeah. Because people, you don't really hear what goes on beneath. On the ceiling anyway. I don't know if that noise would have translated as much, especially if they're playing loud music. They wouldn't. They might not have heard it.
No.
Oh, that passive aggressive attitude is so great. And the best way to deal with it, I think the healthiest way to kind of deal with neighborly noise is probably to get a trolley on wheels and just ram it up against the ceiling.
Trust me, I've been there. We were there this week.
Yeah, well, this clip really ties in well to how our past week has gone. We are looking a little less baggy-eyed and a bit more with it than we were last week.
Yeah, if we recorded this on Thursday morning, it was almost the end of I Could Be Your Grandma. It was almost the end of life as you know it.
It was bad. It was bad. It's bad. To kind of it's hard to put into words how crazy you drive yourself with noise.
That's what it is. That's where we were. We were at that state. That's what happens when you have no sleep and there's a noise keeping you up. You spiral. You go down and you go down hard.
Yeah. Just to give everyone some context, we live in a flat block of like 6 flats. We're sandwiched in between 2 families, one above, one beneath us.
Whose kids scream very
Whose kids are quite loud all the time. Mm. And then we, as of last week, realised that our next door neighbours have had a newborn baby. And like, that's not the issue. The issue isn't people having...
That is the issue.
For me.
Right,
For you, I know you're morally now against children in general.
Oh yeah, they've ruined kids for me, definitely.
But I have been really like, that's not... people have kids, people have babies, that's just life. It's just been such bad luck on our part that the building's just like so thin, like the walls are so thin, you can hear people like putting a teacup.
Yeah, you can.
You can hear people putting sugar in tea. And then the other side of it is that, they have been children and like, you know.
Yeah. A
been loud.
baby's cry,
And-
a newborn baby's cry is one of the worst sounds in the world because it pierces your soul, it pierces your morale, it hits you hard. It hit me hard. Like, you know, when you hear it once and it's the last 30 seconds, you go, oh, newborn.
Oh, what's it like?
But when it's going, when it hits the 45-minute mark at 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
it's one of the worst sounds ever.
It's like a pterodactyl. It was like a little
Yeah.
dinosaur noise.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was in my head at one point.
Yes.
Like every time then when it stopped, I would then hear it in my head.
Yeah.
Because it was there. So it didn't even matter when it wasn't crying. It was still crying in my in my
it's
head.
shell shock, isn't it?
It's
like
PTSD,
Yeah, PTSD. Because I have the same thing. Sometimes I'll be sitting in the office or the bedroom, and like in my brain it'll go wee, wee, and I'll go like thinking that and like it doesn't exist. That's just my baby in my head.
And
screaming.
my baby. The first night, you know, like, oh, okay, they've had a newborn. I'm sure things will calm down. Second night, oh, okay, I am feeling this lack of sleep now. Third night, no.
Yeah, no, third
It was
night
bad.
it goes.
It got. I mean, we didn't sleep
No.
the whole night, but what we did do in solidarity with each other, in our acknowledgement of the fact that we weren't sleeping, made. I was like, right, what can I do to lighten the mood? Considering we're just both awake and that's it. That's what it's going to be like.
We did what Mulroy's did, and we comfort.
We comfort it.
We ate our feelings away.
We had giant crumpets and we watched Shrek.
Yeah, at
like
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a night.
But you know what? That crumpet was great.
Yeah, it got me through the night. Let's say that. It got me through the rest of the night.
I also remember you. I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? We'll put a film on. I'll have a bit of, you know what? I'm going to put some crumpets in. And you went, yeah, all right then. I'll have one. And then I was in the kitchen. Bridge. I was like, yeah. And you went, make sure mine's really toasted well, won't you?
Yeah, this is.
So even at that time in the morning, you know, your standard of cooking, you know, you still know what you want.
Honestly, I probably would have murdered you if you brought a soggy crumpet. In the state of mind that I was in, I couldn't risk you bringing me a subpar crumpet.
You would have gotten a trolley on wheels and started rolling it all over my body.
Bash your face in with it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stop, and I'd just go and I'd go. And I go.
On.
The last thing I needed was another disappointment.
Yeah.
And you didn't provide it.
No. Well, I felt the pressure.
Yeah, you were
no, I did. Honestly, with the crumpet came out the toaster, and I was kind of looking at it and going, "No, it definitely needs a couple more minutes."
Yeah.
And I did that a few times.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it was just right.
You can't go too far with the crumpet.
I don't think
toaster. I think you can
go all the way.
You can toast it for hours and
Yeah.
I'll still have it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as too toasted crumpet.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen one really burn either.
Doesn't
It doesn't.
If you've seen a crumpet over toasted, send a picture in. I'd like to see it, but I don't believe it can happen.
But this conversation right now really does prove that food does distract us quite well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's perfect, really.
Definitely.
Do you think that next door right now have a podcast and are talking about how loud we are in their podcast when we do our podcast?
No, I think they're listening to us now. I think they can hear us, and or I think they're going like, "Oh, that'd be amazing, though, wouldn't it? If they had a podcast and they were like, or if they, what's the opposite of a podcast? I don't know.
I don't know. What, something that isn't recorded and put online? What,
Yeah,
a conversation?
But they're there like doing the opposite of a podcast, and they're going, oh, what's that? Yeah, my train of thought is basically that they're going, oh, moved in, Neighbours, bloody podcast so loud next door, don't they? They're podcasting all night. I can't get a wink.
I know.
Podcasting's the worst sound I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. We have to comfort each just to get through it.
And I'd say, have you been reading our iTunes reviews?
That's a lie. 'Cause they're all 5-star plus.
They are. They're all great. No bad ones. Yeah, leave a review if you listen now.
But yeah, no bad feelings.
No. Best of luck to them.
We have had to move rooms.
Yeah.
We've moved rooms completely.
Yeah.
but I have no regrets.
No regrets. No, it's nice. What's funny is with the newborn, is I was thinking about it because I was at that stage where that lovely gentleman on the video was of wanting to make noise back,
Yeah.
like just wanting them to know that we can hear.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the injustice you feel is like, do they know that I'm awake?
Yeah.
This is when you become the most important person in the world in these moments. It's like, do they know
Right.
that I'm not getting my sleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
That I'm more important than that new child of theirs?
I know.
Their own kid that's obviously upset?
Yeah, let's talk about that because you switch to that way more quickly than I do.
Yeah. I feel like we're never both in the same place.
No.
I'm either feeling like that and you pull me out, or you're feeling like that and I pull you out. We're both never
Yeah,
both.
that's true.
Because God knows what happened.
I know. Well, the world would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feeling of like you're the most important person in the world,
Yeah.
and that unfairness, the grudgeman comes out in you.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
I already have lots of things I'm going to do to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just lots of nasty stuff.
Oh no! I'm at this new couple
I know.
struggling to sleep. You know, she's probably recovering physically
Yeah.
from the
Oh, yeah.
trauma her body's just gone through, and then their shitty 20-something neighbours
Yeah.
are giving them shit about a little
Yeah.
bit of crying.
Do you know I've got to get up at work tomorrow at 9?
Yeah,
I have to be up at 9.
I start work at 10. You know, yeah, and I've got nothing else to do,
Yeah.
which means I need my space.
I need my 8.5 hours sleep. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And I like to watch Grand Designs in peace.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, but like, I that's the thing, right? You can't. I had to keep telling myself like it's a newborn.
I know.
You can't get angry.
But that's why you get angry, because there's
Yeah.
actually nothing you can be angry about.
No.
There's nothing you can do.
No.
They're not being unreasonable.
No.
They're not being whatever. They're just being
Yeah.
they're just being a couple of people who have got a newborn baby.
Yeah.
And it more fool us for, you know, being poor enough that we have to live next to people. Can I just talk about that?
Poor. We're paying way too much for this place.
Well, that's my point, is that like having a detached property and not living on top of other people, what a luxury that is for some people to be able to afford.
Well, it's not that expensive to get a semi, is it?
Depends how much it costs. Anyway,
12
I think 12 quid.
Yeah, that's all it takes to get me out. The lowest of the low.
11 quid, no.
No.
13 a bit too much.
Yeah, raging. Unlike a crumpet, I can be toasted too hard.
No.
No. Well, you just killed my buzz.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, but what I was going to say was that with the toddlers downstairs, I'll make noise, I'll bang, and I'll bang hard. I'll bang away. Because toddlers are different in my eyes. If you've got a shit toddler, I don't want to hear it. If you've got a shit toddler, the adults are to blame. Because you can control a shit toddler.
Parents all over the world will be going, this is just a typical thing for a person who does not have a toddler to
Yes.
say.
The
This
person
is
with no kids.
This is the go-to phrase that people without kids say.
Yeah,
If you can't, it's the parenting. That's all what it comes down to.
yeah.
No, I don't believe that's the case.
Come on, you've heard that shit kid downstairs. They need to do something about it.
It's stopped now. It's
Yeah,
either
because I started banging.
it's either stopped or
Because I got into its face and said, "You are a shit toddler."
I think you banging on the you stomping your feet on the ground when
Yeah.
it made a screaming. I think that's probably the biggest ick you've ever given me.
You did it. Hey, you did it. You did it yourself.
Did you get the ick from me?
No, I got the dick.
You got the dick.
Yeah, I saw the grudgeman rubbing off on her.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Because it has rubbed off on me. It's terrible because it's just such a passive aggressive
Yeah.
way to deal with the situation. Be an adult and go down and
I
say.
did. I have done that before. I did that, didn't I? I told him to shut up.
I politely told them to shut up and fuck off.
I said, "Take your shit, kid. You're not welcome here. Get out of my building." Yeah.
Sorry, we love you really. They can definitely hear us now.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get. You went downtown shut up as well.
You know what's funny? Do you think you'd feel the anxiety of having a kid and it crying with people that you lived next door to, that would stress me out a lot.
Yeah, it would really stress me out.
That's what I think they're probably feeling. That they don't want to be listening to their baby
No, they
crying.
don't want to hear it. No.
Nobody does.
No.
Nobody's actively like, what a lovely sound. Oh, God, it's like music to my ears, this screeching.
Yeah.
No one's seeking it out, making it cry. It's just
No.
happening. And they'll probably be like, God, it's not just keeping me up, but everybody around. And, oh, God, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
So you do have to have compassion, but it's
I do.
hard when you haven't slept for 3 days.
Yeah.
It's really hard to muster that up because all that's going through our heads was like, this is why we don't have children.
Yeah.
Because we didn't invite this in.
Yeah.
So why is it here?
It feels
Unjust.
like so unjust when you don't have kids that you deal with that part of the life of having kids.
What's the worst sound to keep you up at night? Is it baby crying, car alarm,
Yeah.
foxes screeching?
Quite like that one, but yeah.
That puts you to sleep.
yeah.
And a building work, music.
It's a great question.
Like, what's if you could put them in a category.
top tier noise level complaint. Kids would be up there
Why?
because
Do you think it's more stressful to deal with?
it's not a nice sound. Right, loud music. Okay, it's annoying. You can feel the vibration, and it just gets you going.
I'm feeling a good vibration.
Music, but music is music. You know, love it.
Alfie Mulroy, 2022.
Music
is music.
You know,
5-star review, guys, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast.
whoever comments 5 stars, music is music, gets a free shirt. That's the deal. Yeah, music wouldn't be too high because the party has to stop at some point.
When you walk in.
The party has to stop at some point, right? So I know there's going to be a climax.
Right.
When the drop hits,
Yeah.
it's going to climax and everyone's going to have a great time.
Right.
So I know it's going to end with a kid. If you have an ill child or a shit child, they can
Shit child.
they can go on for hours, and it's a distressing noise. It's designed to
For it to stop.
to awake
Right.
or to piss off
Right.
people. It's designed to alert. It's designed to keep you awake. It's designed to just get into your animal instincts. So there's a screaming child, I'm awake, I need to sort it out.
Yeah.
And when you don't have the control to sort it out,
Right.
when you can't put that pillowcase over its head and put it in a cupboard yourself,
Right.
it's really infuriating. It's
Yeah.
really hard because you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. And yeah, I read somewhere a while ago about how like kids have no concept of volume either. They don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they have to be taught very explicitly, like what's loud and what.
Just the idea of a kid not having concepts of volume.
I'll turn my mic away, but like, hello, and just being like so loud and everything.
I was thinking more like, hello, I'm Charlie.
Oh, a bottle of milk, please.
Yeah, everyone scream. Woo. Yeah, Charlie's not progressing very well. He can't seem to reach over 2 decibels of noise.
That would be so incredible.
Could you imagine?
I don't think I've ever heard that as a thing.
And then the
Someone being
parents,
too quiet.
the parents come on parents' evening and they're like, "Hi, nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I've got a couple of things I want to tell you about Charlie." All right, what's going on? You okay? Want to go to school? Yes. No. Oh, we see. Yeah. Fine. No problem. Let me hear a peep out of him.
There are people that talk like that.
I
though.
know.
There are people that have like they must have grown up. You pick that up.
Mm.
You must pick that up.
Mm.
They talk like this. They're not really quiet,
Mm.
and they just kind of constantly speak at this volume.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is that?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. I'm like, what? Enunciate. We're both in the same. Do those people think I'm really loud?
Definitely.
They think I must be screaming.
Yeah, I think that when I meet people like that, I think, fuck, I must be loud.
Yeah.
I must be loud. I have that at therapy a lot, actually. It's because my therapist is quite soft-spoken.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Normal level, normal speak.
Yeah.
And then because I have quite a bellowing voice.
Is that one of the things you go to therapy for?
Yeah. Sort of a bellowing voice. Don't take the piss out of mental health.
Sorry.
Don't laugh at my personal development. But yes, it is my bellowing voice I'm going for. I go no, because the room's quite echoey. It's an old building, so it's quite an echoey room, and sometimes I hear myself and
sobbing.
think, just
Echoey sob.
yeah, just horrific echo sobs back.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
no. Sometimes I say something and.
It's all good. You're doing the work. You're doing the work. You're doing the work. Let me hear it.
No, sometimes I'll say something and I'll think, God, the whole building must have just heard me.
And then he touched me. He touched me.
Yeah, I just think, Jesus, that everyone on this floor must have just heard all of my trauma. Yeah, and that's it. I always wonder why people look at me weird when I leave the building. Jesus, that guy's got issues.
Pass you a tissue.
What were we talking about?
I don't even know.
Oh, quiet speakers. Yes, we're loudspeakers. I think me and you are loudspeakers.
Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah. I remember a guy in school. Just being like a guy in my class who was like just a bit, when you meet someone who is just a little bit
When
more
you eat someone.
yeah, and they're really delicious and you want to eat more. When they are kind of reserved and more inverted than you are.
Yeah.
And then I'm quite aware of that all the time. I'm always like, that person is definitely more introverted than me and they must think I'm a bit mad.
Yes.
Like a bit mad as a box of frogs.
Yeah.
I remember like laughing at something and this guy being like, God, Bridget, he was like, gosh, you've just got so many teeth. and I, because like
he commented on the Daily Mail advert article.
He was he was the one who wrote it, maybe.
And you've got so many teeth.
Yeah, but I think it wasn't a comment about like she's like a shark and she needs them removed. It was more like when she's expressive, it's like so in your face.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I've never seen so many teeth.
Yeah, he was like, God, wow, you just got so many teeth.
What did he
It's
talk
even
like
my
this?
teeth were like
Pretty God, you got so many teeth.
just trying to like
Yeah, just keep it half as tight as possible. Yeah, well, you know what? You do get people on the other side of the spectrum that just show no teeth, no emotion.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they say tits and teeth. Because it means you're an engaging person.
Yeah. But it's also a bit of it means you're a bit of a show off.
Do you think?
And a bit of tits and teeth is very like, it's like a bit over the top and a bit like, God, just chill out.
Yeah, go put your bloody teeth away.
Too many tits, too many teeth.
Yeah. How did you react to that? What was the situation? Was it at school?
I actually remember thinking it was a bit of a compliment. I think I remember. I don't know why. Maybe that's the ego in me at the time.
He must be meaning something good about this.
Yeah. You'll be like, check me out with all my teeth.
Simon. So he had too many teeth,
On my new uni application. 1A, 2 Bs, too many teeth.
Too many teeth.
More teeth than anyone else in my school.
I know what he was trying to say. I knew he was making a move on me.
Yeah.
Teeth.
I think I thought he meant like, oh, you're really like expressive and like,
happy
happy. And I remember being like, oh yeah, you can't show yourself fully.
Oh, you'll never get this. You will never have these teeth.
Yeah, but some people don't show all their teeth when they laugh, do they? I don't know.
You must have been a bully's worst nightmare.
What do you mean?
Just like, too many teeth, you stink.
Yeah.
It's like,
wow, thanks. I never realised how. never saw that about myself. Thank you.
Oh my God, yeah, he thinks I smell great. Not getting their fix of seeing you cry.
Yeah.
Aye. Wow. There you go. Anyway, best of luck to our neighbours.
Best of luck. Best of luck. We've moved. We've made the situation better, and yeah, all the best to him.
All the best to him. Do you want to see a couple of whoopsies I found on the internet?
Whoopsies. Yes, please. Oh.
Just one of those. I was trolling through Reddit, and it's just, I think I can't remember what the thread was called, but it's like, things where things just kind of happen perfectly.
Yeah.
That pissed man couldn't have been more pissed, and he couldn't have had a better thing happen to him when he was pissed.
It was like such an impressive stream.
Yeah, so fizzy.
I've never seen it. Like, what he must have just been absolutely shaking it up for you. For those who, because it didn't have sound, that clip, those who are only listening, a really great video of a guy bending down to pick something. He was getting some cash out, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Bending down, he's just absolutely hammered, and then his beer falls on the floor and just like spurts his beer up in his face. Yeah, it's really nice. Like it a lot. And I love people who film that. Did they know it was going to happen?
I think they knew. When you see someone that drunk, your phone should come out, shouldn't it? Really,
just in case.
Just in case, because they probably thought this guy is going to be at this cash machine for a long time. He ain't getting cash out. What a fucking mess. He ain't going to be able to figure his pin out. Something's going to happen to him. They could feel it in the air. And thank God they did, because it blessed us with that.
I know. So drunk. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
So I've got another whoopsie. This one's probably more depressing.
A whoopsie daisy. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Do you want to see it again?
Yeah.
Because what's great is that, so it's a woman who, a tire's coming towards a woman and she dodges it perfectly, but it ricochets off the back advertising board and hits her on the head.
Oh, she did everything she could. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
down.
A real hard hit, actually.
Oh, you know what as well? She's hit. Oh, she's hit on the back of the neck. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I wonder if she's smiling with all her teeth after that.
Yeah, probably not.
Because she gets hit at the back.
Yeah.
Probably gets whiplash from that falling forward, and then it looks like she hits the concrete, face plants the concrete.
All right, you're making me go soft now. I was hard for that clip. Now you made me feel bad for showing it.
How many times on the podcast are you hard? Like, we talk about it on every one. Would you say, what percentage of the hour that we record are you a little bit hard for?
Do you mean genuinely?
Yeah.
I don't think I've had one.
Oh, really?
Doing this. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you.
Imagine if you remembered. And you were like, episode 24, 7 minutes in.
Never forget. Yeah, never forget an erection. This is what my dad used to say.
Because you never know when they're going to come around again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was pretty tragic. Where did the tyre come from?
I know, yeah, it must have come off from a stray car, but the reason why I chose that, and like it made me laugh quite a bit when I first saw it, is because it is quite comical the way it happens. Because tyres are quite bouncy. And
funny.
She was quite a bouncy woman. I like the way she like jumped out the way to dodge it and then thought nothing of it. What was funny about it was that a tyre was coming so fast at her. She casually dodges it, but she doesn't look where it goes. She just carries on with her day, as if that's a normal thing that happens to her every time.
Yeah.
She's dodging tyres left, right, and centre.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't do the whole whoa and then turn around and look at like where it had gone. She just kind of dodged it and then kept looking in the direction. Well, that says a lot about what was happening. Why maybe she was looking at the car that had just crashed because it's lost its tyre.
But if I saw a car crash, I'd be like, "Whoa, my God, what?"
Yeah,
I'd be like, "Whoa, my God." Yeah, arms up. I'd be dancing around. She was just casual little sidestep.
Yeah.
Carry on walking with a phone.
Yeah.
Cracked on the back of the head.
Oh, what? Can you play it once again for me? Because she dropped something.
Was it a coffee?
I thought her shoes came off. I was like, that's excellent.
Oh my god. Oh, they did.
I was like, has she dropped them?
Didn't even notice the shoes.
They come off so like
Oh.
beautifully as well.
Oh yeah, so perfectly.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah,
Oh
play it
my
again.
God,
Let's
wow,
see
I-
it again. And
I
they kind of
did not even
land
notice that.
perfectly.
Yeah, just displaced.
How come shoes come up? Wait, there we go.
Both shoes. Oh wow, great observation.
Oof.
She's not knocked out though. She is moving. She is moving.
Yeah.
She's moving.
Yeah. Ew, it's bad that, isn't it? It's just you don't know what's going to happen to you during your day, do you?
No.
Anyone could be waiting at a bus stop and just anything can happen
One day
at
you
any
can get
point,
hit by a tire.
and your shoes come off.
And your shoes come off. That's funny. It's the risk of wearing slip-on shoes.
Slip-ons. It is, Alf. Something that ties up. But for some, she's
Tires.
clearly not. Yeah, it ties up. It's not substantial footwear. No.
The first question I ask when I buy a pair of shoes is, now, mate, listen, if I get hit in the back of the head with a tyre, are they coming off? Are they staying on?
Because I'm going to need them. I need some grip.
Yeah. Well, she obviously does, because the way she's so casually to sidestepping a tyre, it happens all the time.
They come with but they come off as she's just such awful shoes. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking the quality of that shoe must
Yeah.
have been so terrible.
They must have been clapping against her heels all day, like off against the bottom of her heel. They must have been loose.
Yeah, they're all like 2 sizes too big.
Yeah.
And she's going, it's all right because I'm not going to fall over. I've worn these
Yeah.
a lot, and I don't fall over. And if I do, I doubt they come off.
Yeah. What's going to happen? I get hit in the back of the head with a tyre and my shoes are going to go off. Don't be daft.
Da-da.
Get the size 9s. Don't need a size 7.
I love that. That's what you found the funniest thing about that was the shoes.
Yeah, I'm so glad
I
you
used to
find that out.
wear. I still have a bit of a thing about shoes.
Yeah.
I've never. I'm only getting to an age now where I'm spending a bit more money on a good pair of footwear.
Yeah, same.
But I was in school with those pumps on, like throughout my whole school career.
Yeah. Yeah.
That time, my professional career when I was at school.
Yeah.
And developing myself as a
Mm.
person. And I always would wear the slip-on pumps with a little bow on the front.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did I ever tell you the time that I went to I used to get the bus in to school,
Yeah.
and the bus stop was just around the house,
Hmm.
and I was running a bit late,
Yeah.
and I grabbed the shoes from underneath. We had this like chest of drawers near the door,
Yeah.
and we kept all the shoes underneath there. I grabbed 2 pairs of shoes, put them on, and ran out the door. And only when I got on the bus, I'd realised I'd grabbed 2 completely separate shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 different, left and right. Just like one was my
Yeah.
school shoe, and the other one was like coloured, got a bow on it. And I was like, that's not what you want when you're 14. You're trying to be so inconspicuous that nobody notices you for anything. And I go home with 2
Yeah.
different shoes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. But I sprained my ankles around corridors wearing
'cause of the
shoes
bow
like that.
shoes?
Like no support.
No.
No wonder I've got terrible feet.
They must hurt your calves as well. I mean, sorry to not
Yeah.
get dive into the boring topics, but they must hurt your calves, ladies.
That must be awful for you. But they're
Yeah.
cheap. They must be so cheap to make.
Yeah. Every girl wore them as well.
I know.
Every girl wore those
Because
shoes.
sensible footwear doesn't look hot. No one's gonna want
No.
to be your girlfriend if you're wearing clunky boys.
But they weren't sexy shoes,
no,
were they?
they're dainty.
Yeah. Yeah, they are dainty.
Yeah. What shoes did you wear in school? Did you have the same pair throughout the whole?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had depressing footwear.
Yeah, footwear can be really depressing,
yeah.
actually.
Well, wait to hear about these footwear.
Oh no.
So I had big feet. I had big feet. I was fat and I was heavy-footed. Right?
Yeah.
It's what my mum used to tell me every morning.
Have a good day.
Yeah. And I had these shoes. So any pair of shoes on me looks massive, especially smart shoes.
Yeah. You've got
Smart shoe. If I wear smart shoes, even now, if I can't wear a pointy shoe.
no. They come round the corner before you do.
Yeah, I look like a clown. I look like a clown. Like you see those
Yeah.
shoes that like, I'll just like what's that like? It's like a witch hunter or something that wears those really long pointy shoes. Is that what,
Yeah?
Yeah, you know the ones with the no, they're like the plague doctors, aren't they?
Yeah, but
with the long nose.
Yeah, do they have big shoes?
No,
though?
but imagine his nose is my shoe.
Right, okay, yes, I'm with you.
Come on, get up to speed, for God's sake.
You could just say like clown shoes.
I did, but it
Right.
wasn't painting the right picture.
You needed another one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
It's almost like, do you know the Ku Klux Klan? Like, you know their hats? Right. Imagine them on my feet.
you nailed it.
Okay,
That was
right.
the metaphor I was looking for.
Thank
you.
There you go, you're welcome.
So big feet, big shoes on my feet look bad. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
No, so I had a couple of pairs. So what would happen? I was heavy-footed. Right,
Yeah.
I was a fat, heavy-footed boy.
You just heard you come in.
I heard me calling all the time. And when I walked, my heel would crack the concrete.
We're creating an earthquake.
No, when I walked, my heels would get worn down on the shoe. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
So I don't know what it was because it never happens now. It does if I have a pair of shoes for a long time, but I don't keep my shoes that long now. But back in the day at school, for some reason, I must have just been all heel, no toe.
You weren't doing the whole heel toe.
No, I was just heeling it about. But because like my heels on my shoes, and I'd start with 9 inches.
Just walking around on your heels.
Yeah. I'd start with big heels, right? And they'd just get worn down.
Yeah.
And then what would happen, because my parents didn't love me very much, was that they get worn down,
Right.
So the leather, the heel would go at the back, and the cross section of the shoe would show,
Right.
and the bottom bit of the shoe where the heel stuck on would worn down. So my heel would just be
On the floor.
nearly out. Skin would nearly be out.
Wait, no, sock. You wore socks.
Oh, of course, socks. Sorry, yeah.
Right,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I did wear a sock.
Did you have 9 inches on the socks as well?
No. Why do you think my heels are so tough now?
That's a good point.
Because you know what? We're going to get deep now.
Okay.
Like the hole in my shoe. So what would happen is that it was weird, right? Instead of them buying me a new pair of shoes, they'd take me to a...
Like a cobbler's?
Yeah, cobbler. A cobbler, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
And he'd put a new heel on.
Right.
But what would happen, right? Is that they get a new heel on, and he put like a metal cap on the heel,
Like a tap shoe.
Yeah. yeah.
Michael Flatley's coming into school.
Michael Flatley. That's what the bullies used to say. So
Gotta go to next class.
So
And I lead you down the corridor I will.
are you done?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So what would happen is
I come wherever you will be. I am the Lord of the Cheese City.
cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 'cause I was fat.
Yeah.
So what would happen is that I get these when you put the new heel in, they use really long nails in shoes.
Right.
In putting a heel on. Really spiky nails.
Okay, yeah.
And then because I was heavy footed and fat, but the heel wouldn't wear down, so the sole inside would wear down on the heel, and then the nails would come through.
Oh my god!
And because I had no money to buy other shoes, this is when I was living on my own at 16. Not used that line since episode 10. I couldn't afford any shoes, so I'd have to walk. I'd walk on these nails. And
Oh my
heels
god!
would get cut up.
You know that's a form of Japanese torture.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Goodness,
Yeah,
wow,
I
that
know.
really is very depressing.
Yeah, it's really, really
That's
depressing.
really sad.
Yeah. I aim to make people's weeks more depressing. with my
Wow.
story.
If you think your life's bad, just take a look at a pair of your shoes and have a rethink.
Think about fat 15-year-old Alfie walking on nails.
You would have killed to wear a little pump with a bow on it.
I'd have taken that plimsoll bow any day.
Oh,
Yeah. Some days I wish a tire would hit me on the back of my head and knock those beasts off.
God.
Yeah.
Well, you all right now, though?
I'm fine now.
Yeah, you're better man
great
for it.
shoes,
And
yeah.
your heels, you can take anything.
Oh God, yeah.
You're very heel strong.
The bottom of my feet have had some abuse in their days.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident they could get through most stuff.
Yeah, you know when I have always thought like, you know when you see like prisoners in like cold, freezing countries
Yeah.
like Russia,
Mhm.
and they don't have any shoes on their feet.
Yeah.
I think you'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'd probably be okay. I
Yeah.
walk on anything.
Could you walk on ice and be all right?
Yeah,
I reckon you could
probably.
walk on hot coals. You have got rough as fuck feet.
Yeah, they're kind of dead
Yeah,
down there, aren't
I
they?
like them though.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Next clip.
Next clip. Yeah, I think I've got. This is like another near miss for you.
Oh God. Oh.
How lucky.
Oh.
How mad's that?
Wow. Holy moly moo.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. That was quite mad. That I'm trying to just think about what I saw.
Yeah. You ever
Everyone
had
all right
Oh, everyone's fine. Have you ever had a near miss like that?
in a car? I
Yeah.
almost had one with you in it. Do you remember last year when I just didn't I?
Oh yeah. When you turn left on a motorway. Or
Yeah, there
whatever.
was just a car that was speeding. Yeah. No, not as bad. I mean, that wasn't a near miss. That was a full on car crash.
Yeah,
but
yeah. For the people.
it was a near miss.
Yeah.
I've never had a car crash like that. Oh, I've never had a car crash. Touch wood.
I remember I told the story. I think on the live pod. Do you remember about when I caused the car crash?
Yeah.
So I don't think most people probably won't have heard it because it was on the live show.
If you have, skip ahead.
Yeah. Skip.
Yep.
What happened was I was going to the recording studio with my band, and a friend was driving me there. Yeah, as you can see, it works out very well for us.
You went clopping down the road with your band, did you?
Any room for a tap solo, guys?
I was so poor. I had drums for shoes.
I was driving to the studio with my band. My friend was driving, and I was in the back seat, left-hand side of the car, driver front right. There was a coat hanger in the back of his car.
That you wore. That was your jumper that winter.
Don't laugh at my misfortune.
I will always laugh at everyone's misfortune.
So he was driving. I saw this coat hanger, and I thought, I know what I'll do.
That's going to be my new house. I'm going to sell that and it'll make me hundreds.
Look at the solid structure. That's not collapsing.
You know what? I think I could wear that as a pair of shoes.
Guys, you know I said I need an instrument? Well, I bloody found one in the back of his car.
A coat hanger.
A coat hanger.
Yeah.
And I thought, I know what I'm going to do with this. On this dual carriageway, I'm going to poke my friend who's driving in the ear.
Unbelievable.
Right. And I thought that he'd just go, pack it in. You know. But because obviously he didn't know what it was, he was quite surprised. He jumped a little bit and turned round.
That pointy metal feeling
Yeah.
stabbing him in the back of the head.
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't used to it as much as I was.
It's like he wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. It's like he didn't have pointy metal things poking into his feet and head all the time. Like me. So anyway, as he turned, he turned the wheel, and we were on the left-hand side of the road.
Yeah. Near the hard shoulder.
Near the grass. It was like a grass verge thing.
God.
So the car, we were going like 50, hit the verge, and because the verge was, you know, when you get to the grass verges where they're quite high.
Yeah.
They don't like gradually go up. It's like
No, it's pretty
boom.
steep, that.
It hit it and bounced off the grass verge, literally like semi-vertical, horizontal across the road, onto the right-hand side of the road where there was loads of other cars coming.
Oh my
And by
God.
some miracle, my friend managed to turn it onto the left-hand side of the road again.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're idiotic. Idiot.
Yeah. And we were fine, but his tyre was punctured.
Did you have it? I bet you felt awful.
I felt terrible.
Did he have a massive go at you?
He was surprisingly calm, actually. Yeah, he was surprisingly calm. He was a nice friend.
I'm sure you would have just been.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
I wanted the world to swallow me up.
I suppose you weren't doing it because you thought that was going to happen.
No,
You know,
of
you
course I
weren't like,
wasn't.
let's go up on this verge and see
No.
how shit I can create in everyone's pants.
No, I mean everyone will be relieved to know we made it to the studio.
Oh, thank goodness.
And music was made.
The best.
But what happened was that
Name of the band?
it's not important.
Can I?
I'll say off air.
No, go on.
No,
Why don't you
it's
tell
a
me?
terrible name.
Yeah, but Alfie, you have to say the name of the band.
No.
Alfie, I absolutely insist.
Oh,
This is the podcast. You have to do it. Our listeners are going to be furious.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll come back next episode when I'll say.
Name that band.
We're called the Quadrilics.
I love it. For like
Made up word.
an animal
It was a
with-
made up word.
animal with 4 tongues.
Oh, that would have been good to say, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Quadrilics.
And then and that's what.
That's a better name for a band, Animal with 4 Tongues.
No, but that's what an animal with 4 tongues is called.
A Quadrilics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
No, what happened was that I was in a maths lesson and I saw the word quadratics and I thought, that's good, but how can I make it better?
Quadrilics.
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 Yeah,
with a
shit.
4 of
There
you.
was 4 of us, yeah. It kind of worked.
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it
kind
did.
of genius when you think about it.
Oh, I knew that name. I thought I didn't know it.
No, you need this one. You need that one. We made it to the studio. Everything went great, but on the drive home, we didn't realize his tire was flat, and we got a puncture halfway home, which wasn't fun. After a long day of creating,
No,
the last thing you want is a flat tire.
Yeah.
So I paid him. He got his tires replaced, and I paid for the tire.
Yeah. Did one of the nails fall out your shoes and you
Puncture
drove
it.
over it? You were causing all sorts of mayhem
Oh,
that
God.
session day.
I know, what a day. But yeah, no. So he was fine by it, but everyone was very, very quiet for a long time in the car.
Mm.
You know when something, because we were so happy.
Mm.
You know when something happens and it just sucks all the
Ruins.
life out of it.
Yeah.
I sucked the life out of that car.
Yeah.
And just on the way, it wasn't fun. It wasn't nice. Everyone was terrified. Everyone was
A bit shaken
a
up.
bit shaken up.
Things like that. Cars are scary. Like they are really, really scary. Like things when you're going that fast, and you can't really have control over what other people are doing on the road either.
No.
Like you can be the safest driver in the world, but you're still going in like a bullet down the bullet. Like
Like a bullet.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Well, I'm glad you're alive and everyone else was safe.
Yeah, me too. You've had no near misses like that?
No.
No.
I actually haven't. No, quite boring. I'm just or I did and I've had brain damage from the accident. I
Right,
don't
could
remember
be.
it. That
Could
might have
be.
been a thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm a pretty good driver. The only near miss I think was with you in the car last year.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the bad omen.
But that was the funny thing though, is that you were like, "What are you doing?" Like I did something crazy that I just wasn't thinking right.
Yeah.
And then we were both in a good mood, and then that did shake us up a little bit. And after it, you're a little bit like, "Oh, wow, life is so fleeting." You know, you can be really.
Yeah. I saw my whole shitty life flash before my eyes. The shoes came back.
yeah. You give anything back for them shoes in that situation.
I don't know. Don't know
Um,
about that.
yeah.
Anyway, I've seen. You know when you have those moments where you see a phrase or you see something. It doesn't have to be a phrase. It can just be a topic, a subject, a thing that you see, and you go, "Oh yeah, I'll read a little bit about it, or I'll have a watch of that, or whatever." And then the
you
next,
know what? I think I know what you mean.
I think everyone can relate. I think audiences know what I'm talking about. Well, you see something and you look into it, but it carries on popping up.
Yeah.
Is what I was going to say.
Oh yeah,
It carries on popping up.
Yeah. You think about that thing, and then you start seeing it everywhere.
Something you've never heard of,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's all that you see
Yeah.
in your life. It's just
Yeah.
there all the time.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know,
Okay.
but yeah, it's a good question. I don't know what it is. I'm
Mm.
sure there's a word for it, but we don't know it, so it's fine.
Great, move on.
But the phrase was quiet quitting.
Oh, right. Yeah. I have heard this recently.
Mm.
About when you quit quietly, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
What, as in the theory that you don't outwardly say, oh, you've quit something, but you've checked out. It's like checking out.
Yeah, it's like at work, you kind of do the bare minimum of what's expected of you to get by without having to, without having someone go, you're not shifting your weight, but also going, he's not really got much ambition, or he's not, you just kind of like,
Yeah.
you're doing what's expected. You're going out, you're not thinking about work. You're just like silently checking out a little bit more day by day.
Totally varies on the job though. You can't quietly quit, like being a doctor.
No, you definitely can't.
But the thing is that you can quit up here.
Well, definitely, yeah. This is the
So
thing.
you can be doing it, but you can just totally lack that luster for it, or that energy.
You could quietly quit as a doctor, because you could lose that bedside manner with your patients, couldn't you? Like, they could come in and you just go, yeah, fine, I'll prescribe you this. See you later.
I wonder how many people have quietly quit for years.
I think
in the
90%
world right
of
now
the population
have just quietly quit.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh God, definitely.
How many people? Yeah. What jobs have you? I mean, I know the main one, but like when you've had jobs before, how long have you been quietly quitting for before you actually quit?
My main quietly quitting job was probably about 4 years.
Wow.
No, must have been 3. I had one good year.
You're only there 4 years and 1 month.
Yeah. I had one good year. I had 6 good months probably, and then realised I hated it.
Must have been a very exciting first 6 months for you to then stick it out for the 4 years.
Well, it was like my first proper full-time job. The money was pretty good.
Right.
So you're excited about that.
Yeah.
And then you realise what you do.
Yeah.
So it was a sales job. So like, you then realise like, oh, fucking hell, this is shit. This is shit, actually. It's such a soulless job. It's not fun. I'm making someone else loads more money. It's depressing speaking to people, like speaking to the public every day, trying to get them to buy something that I know is shit. Like, I know the product's shit. I know the service is shit. So,
that wasn't your opening pitch, was it?
Yeah, you wonder why wasn't it in Target. But like, yeah, no, it was just yeah, I think those jobs, I think everyone quietly quits. I think, well, maybe not everyone, because some people do like it, but like for me, it was just like there was no creative outlet. There was nothing fun. I had no association with that job. So I literally did the bare minimum. But then the negative side of quietly quitting is that impacts you mentally as well, because then you have no purpose. Right.
And you lose that purpose and that drive to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
You kind of need to quit somewhere whilst you're ahead and you kind of, you're at your peak.
You need to aggressively quit.
Right.
You need to loudly quit.
Yeah.
In those jobs, I think you need to get out as quick as you can. And I was lucky that I had a moment of like, I need to get out. I need to get out.
Because the longer you leave it, the harder it is. Because you also think like with work, we all work in a world where it's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. It's such a massive part of who you are.
Yeah.
And you think it defines you. And if you're not, and it's just you can't do an activity or be in an environment for that long and it not feel very ingrained. Yeah. So even when you're believing that like, oh God, like I feel miserable, it's like you're trapped because it's all you know. You can't really, you start to lose vision of what it would look like to work elsewhere or what it would be like doing something different.
Oh yeah.
You just can't see it.
No.
It's so dangerous. It's so scary. Yeah. But other people are quite good at just being like passively, you know what, pays well. I can go there, do my job, come home. I'm quite happy with that. I don't know.
But it sparked like an interesting conversation, this quietly quitting thing, because people are like, no, that's what you should do. Like, you should never give more than what you should, than it's expected you at work, because that's overcommitting and not getting compensated for it.
What do you mean?
So like there's like some of the conversation around quietly quitting, because the definition of quietly quitting that's been on the internet is like doing the bare minimum, doing what's expected of you at work. And that's it.
Right.
Not going above and beyond. And some people are going, yeah, of course you should do that. You shouldn't go above and beyond and not get paid for it.
Right.
Which I kind of do agree with too. I think, but there's a mix, isn't there? Like, I think you naturally go above and beyond if you love your job anyway.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because, like, if you do go above and beyond, and then this is what I've had quite a few times at a few places I've worked, is that you go above and beyond, and the person who you work with, who's on the same money, doesn't. And then, even though you love your job and you do it, you do think like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
I'm giving more and getting the same. It's all, but that's just selfish of me, isn't it? But I don't know.
Well, no, that's definitely a point, because then you start resenting it. But what do you do if, because normally you go above and beyond because you want to progress and like, you go above and beyond because there's another goal.
Yeah.
If you're doing a job that you know you're going to stay in, quietly quitting is the way to do it. I don't know. It's mad, isn't it, that like Western society, it's a bit like what we felt it when we were over in Canada. You're expected to give everything to your employer. You're expected to be this just like exemplary person and do work so hard and work overtime and not get paid and, do crazy hours and not have a lot of break.
No holidays, that's all. 10 days.
There's a line, isn't there, of like being a really good employee, but also recognizing that you're doing it because you're making somebody money.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, you're not looking after yourself. You're not giving yourself time for yourself, for your own life, for your own stuff.
If you're going above and beyond and it's because it's at the detriment of your own benefit, then that's great. Oh yeah, it benefits you somehow.
Yeah.
And you're gaining experience and stuff. But if you're just overworking and, going above and beyond just for the sake of someone going, oh, you've done a good job today, then I think you should be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. But it got me thinking.
I think I'm a bit like that.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't think I go above and beyond for the right reasons.
Is there a wrong reason?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But like, going above and beyond because you want people to think you're doing a good job rather than just doing a good job.
Yeah.
Don't worry about like wanting to get all the accolades, because at the end of the day, like, you're there to just earn your wage, do a good job, and not really,
Yeah.
But you also that your life is in the palm of their hands. Sometimes it feels like,
they could get rid of you.
You're led to believe that that for people like me and you who are hardworking and we've never been like laid off because we would do a bad job, like that isn't something that I would ever envisage happening.
No.
But it's funny, isn't it, that we still feel like, oh, it could be taken away at any point.
That's true. Yeah.
And you want to be like, oh, I'll just, I'll do the best. I'll do the best. Be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it got me thinking, like, this quiet quitting thing. What else it applies to in life?
Right.
What else do you just like quietly just check out and like I was thinking, like, it could be. I've had relationships where I've quietly quit.
Right.
Where it's just been like, okay, I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do the bare
And you know what?
minimum.
I really do feel it. Really, to be honest, I really feel like we should start talking about that.
Good. I thought the best way to bring it up would be on episode 33 of our pod. Take the hints. I'm quietly checking out. No, like, I definitely, you have, like, in a relationship, it's funny. You notice when you're quietly quitting, and it applies to jobs as well. It's like, you shouldn't be in it, but I'm not gonna quit. I'm just going to do the minimum.
Just going to keep on going.
Let it plod along because it's easy.
Because I don't have to pull my finger out and do something else and get
I
moving.
didn't put my finger in. When I quietly quit, there's none of that.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
And that's why we're having to sit down and talk.
Exactly.
I think I've quietly been quitting with like cleaning this flat, actually.
What?
Like, I quietly quit. Like, with other places that we've lived, I always do like, it's like big, deep clean. I really take pride in looking after where we live. I quit. I quit quite loudly when we moved in. I think I was like, I'll clean it, but there's no point because it's a shithole.
It's not. You paid our flat to be a nightmare. Everyone that comes here loves our flat.
No, I know, but it's old and decrepit, and I hate it.
You're just a bundle of joy.
I mean, like, you know, no, that's how I feel.
Makes me feel
about
really
it.
good that we pay rent with your attitude like that.
Well, why do you think we want to move out?
I might quietly quit this relationship.
You know what? Not having a dishwasher makes me quietly quit on the kitchen.
Dishwasher.
I've quietly quit washing up.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I'm just hoping you won't.
Yeah, are you ever quietly quit a relationship?
No, well, ours is the only relationship I've really had.
Ah, virgin. Nah, you get about, don't you?
I feel really embarrassed.
Why?
I don't know.
Come on, talk me through your relationship history.
No, well, you know, I was just slaying left, right, and centre. I couldn't tie man down.
I couldn't tie man down.
Yeah, or they couldn't tie me down.
Yeah.
That was the problem, Alf.
Yeah.
No, just, you know, no one was good enough. So
So this guy came along.
until you came along, but so I didn't really quit. You know, I never really, you know, signed the contract.
Never started, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's quite nice.
yeah.
Because then you don't have to quietly quit. You can just kind of, you know, abruptly leave.
Yeah.
Or they did.
Still hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Maybe I'm quietly quit. Maybe you quietly quit and you don't realise it in life. You know? Do you quietly quit when you stop exercising?
Oh, yeah.
And
well,
you
yeah.
start
yeah,
eating a
definitely.
load of rubbish?
That's quietly quitting, definitely, I think.
I've been quietly quitting for a couple of weeks now then.
Been quietly quitting for 28 years.
Excuse me?
No, I have.
Oh. I was like, oh, thank you.
We're going to have a serious problem on this episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, it's just an interesting...
Concepts.
Yeah, because I think it says a lot about a lot of people in the world. Like the fact that it's now something in our zeitgeist that's getting talked about a lot. It says a lot that like that people do this.
I also think how this is so Western of us to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like we are so privileged that we can talk about quietly quitting.
Yeah.
That like life isn't a problem.
Yeah.
But we're talking about people who can go and do the bare minimum for a job and get paid.
Yeah.
When, you know, vast majority of the people in the world are like, you know, live in starvation.
Yeah.
Brutal.
They wish they could quietly quit.
Yeah, this is an insane luxury.
It's a great point, actually. You can't have someone who's like,
oh, woe me, I kind of don't think I'm in the right job.
Yeah.
Like, it's so Western and it's so ridiculous, isn't it? But then there's the argument of, you know, you can't live in that other person's life and see what they experience. Your own pain and suffering is your own pain. If you feel pain and suffering, you know what I mean? It's the same as someone else's, no matter what that is.
Yeah. You can't like live in Africa and work it. You know, do you remember that documentary? I think it was Reggie Yates where he goes to that like plastic burning business that the men have to do to just make bare minimum money for their family. It's like you can't quietly quit that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the bare minimum, but it ain't gonna get you. Like you'll get sacked, and they desperately need that money. It's like, yeah, you can't quietly quit. Yeah, we're bad people.
We're terrible, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about people who work in factories. Yeah, we're awful.
Yeah.
Alf, we need to stop.
Little Chinese babies working in
Yeah.
Apple factories, making chips and inhaling toxic fumes and making our
making
clothes.
the clothes that we're wearing right now.
Yeah.
They don't have the luxury to be like, oh, I wish I could just go in and like, you know, I'm not going to give a shit today.
Yeah.
They don't think about that.
Fuck it. They can pay me my 50 cents an hour.
I'm going to take it home and not feel bad.
I did nothing to deserve this $1 today.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What a privilege. And all, yeah, what a privilege of what we work in. It's such a point of privilege to say.
Hindsight is a beautiful thing, isn't it? You have
wow.
to...
Well, we've done a whole one circle.
I feel like we have
on
done a
that.
full circle.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone started where we are at the end, at the beginning, and heard that and went, "What are they talking about?"
Yeah. How have you got here?
Yeah, and like, what makes you? This is a ridiculous thing to feel. Well, but I don't know.
The moral of the tale is, you know, the grass may feel like it's always greener, but it's not sometimes. So stay in your dead end jobs.
Yeah.
Don't try anywhere
Get
else.
on with it.
Be grateful for what you've got, because there's African men burning plastic. There's Chinese babies making your phone and clothes. All right.
Yeah.
So don't try and better yourself.
No, don't try and better yourself.
Yeah.
That is our motto.
For the next 45 years, because most of our listeners are in their 30s, for the next 45 years, plod along.
Yeah.
And suck it up.
Yeah.
And be grateful.
Because we're Brits and that's what we do best.
And if your neighbour makes too much noise, get a trolley and slam it on your roof.
Amen.
That's what you know. That's what you get. That's what you learn from I Could Be Your Grandma.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a bonus clip?
Yes, please.
I've recently got on TikTok through our account. Like, I've started to engage with it a little bit, as in, like, I'll watch a few. I try not to watch a lot because I hate,
You're not
I
that
hate
guy.
that place.
No, you're not that guy.
And I saw one that it was just one of the worst things I've ever seen. And I think this is why I hate TikTok so much, is that it, like, makes people think that this stuff is appropriate to do.
Oh my God.
And it makes people think that they're just, I mean, you just have to see for yourself.
Okay. Oh my God.
Is that one of the worst things you've ever seen in your life? Make funny out of that, Bridge.
And I'm digging deep. I'm digging deep. Give me a second.
Ah.
I really hate her with with everything I have in my being.
Yeah, and that's what TikTok does to you. That's what TikTok does to people.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. You know, all I'm thinking about is because she took effort to put that makeup
The
on.
makeup.
She was. What point did she? What was her first thought that was like, that's going to be a good idea? That's going to be a really great idea.
You've got to commit. That's you know, I'm not a makeup artist, but that's at least an hour's job.
This is an issue. This is an issue for the population.
Yes, it fucking is.
Because I don't understand what children are doing. If this is the content that they think is engaging.
I know.
What did that say? What did that say?
What do you mean?
Like what's she trying to say?
Oh, I know.
What's
I
the
don't
point?
know. Yeah,
Other than being like triggering.
I was. This is my reaction when I was trying to figure out before I started fantasizing about killing her. I was trying to figure out what she was trying to say. What was she trying to convey? Like, what was the point of that ridiculous...
Oh, I'm like, I've got sweaty palms. I'm so angry.
And I was like, was she trying to say that... I actually don't know.
I don't know. Alf, I know what you're trying to say. I think she thinks she's addressing the Holocaust in a interesting content way. I think predominantly it's just how does she get views?
Yeah.
You know, we've all been there.
Hey.
You know, but you know, you're not going to see me sat on here next week with like white out face. You know,
see us dressed as Hitler.
No.
Gotta get those views, man. Gotta get those views.
Yeah, because that is like a real. That is like a. It's just.
Yeah.
That's really. You know. Oh God.
But then I was thinking about it, and then I actually saw the funny side.
Okay.
Right, and I was like, this is hilarious, right? Like, her idea of what heaven is, right? So the video is an Auschwitz, someone who's died in one of the most horrific ways ever, right? Goes to heaven, okay? Right. But heaven, right, is not made for Jews. No, I'm kidding. Heaven is so cruel that it wouldn't let you enter as your normal form. It would make you enter the way you've died. So, like, she thinks that someone that's died in Auschwitz is going to turn up, you know what, having died
from the gas chamber.
Yeah, because the makeup is pretty horrific. It's like,
awful.
you know, and like, like God's there, like, whoa, Jesus, what happened to you? Oh, I died in a gas chamber in Auschwitz. It's like, Why wasn't she just normal? Why in this girl's head does everyone have to go to heaven the way they've died?
Well, yeah,
Isn't that's really cruel?
Yeah, that's really mean.
You got to walk around heaven constantly as an Auschwitz victim. You
can't you've been before you went to Auschwitz, you know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. God, that you weren't quite obscurely thinking the way, because I don't think she was thinking that.
No, but that's why it's funny. It's like the context of it is like, you know, so there's just the idea that there's just people in heaven the way they've died.
What with like broken limbs?
Yeah, just head,
you know,
head
who were like
off.
who were in a car crash.
Yeah. Soldiers that have lost limb, just
with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no one.
Everyone's in the worst state that they were ever in, because no one dies in a, you know what? Yeah. The vast majority of people, it's going to be horrific.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not go there because it's too dark. But it is. It's one of the most depressing things that the beginning shot of her like turning round.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want you gone.
Yeah.
What you shouldn't be allowed online. Most people on TikTok shouldn't be allowed online.
No. The little nod she does at the end, you know, like yeah, thanks.
Can you play it again?
Like, yeah, I really don't like seeing it, but.
Oh, hi, welcome to heaven. How did you die and why did you...
I'd hate to be the next person in heaven following her.
Yeah.
Like, how did you die? I just died in my sleep. Fuck off.
Yeah, not interested.
Go on.
Got a more interesting story, please.
Yeah. I know, it's all kinds of crazy.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And the last thing, the conversation at the end is where they go, I'm so sorry. But anyone that's died, you're not going to turn around and go, oh, yeah, fair enough. You deserved it, probably. Like, what is this conversation?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who she thinks God is.
How did you
I don't know
die?
what she thinks heaven is. You know what the video is, Alf? I think it's a problem with the youth that she's in school.
Yeah.
So what made
Sorry, getting it choked up.
So what made her come home from school and make that video?
Oh, well, social media, popularity, the drive for likes, the pursuit of
it's just
acceptance online.
It's just horrific.
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
Just on TikTok. On the old talkers. But
it's really strange.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see what her other TikToks are.
I know,
like.
yeah, we should look.
Like, does she do just like fake scenarios of like
Trauma.
the most traumatic things?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that school in
that did slavery.
In America. Yeah. But it's the same. Yeah, so for people who don't know.
She thinks she's educating people.
I don't know if that's quite it though. I think she's trying to. I don't know. She's like doing a really, really awful version of like a scene. America, 1950s. And then, you know, in drama, when you do that thing.
I was going to say, like, I imagine she'll include that in her show reel when she's applying for drama school. Like, this is the clip that's going to get me in.
Yeah.
Like, look at how sincere I am.
Yeah.
And, like, look at how much I care.
Yeah, about Jews that died in the Holocaust.
Like, I know more than everyone else.
Yeah, I know what happened to them when they got to the heaven gates.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I'm multi-rolling. I'm playing Saint Peter and the victim. So, you know, I'm actually quite a diverse actor.
Yeah, but also, like, she only had makeup for the victim.
Yeah, fucking lazy bitch.
Yeah, come on. If you're going to put some effort into it.
Where's your big beard? If you're going to go stereotypical makeup for an Auschwitz victim, where's your big beard and white cloak for God, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Pathetic.
She put so much time and effort into the script. You'd think she'd put some more time and effort into the costume.
I know.
You know, really get into character.
Definitely. Well, there you go.
It's made me really sad.
Yeah, that's what I aim to do.
What is the world that we're in that you can get up, do your teeth, get ready for work, plan for your day ahead, say goodbye to your loved ones, and then just click onto this screen that shows you that shit?
Yeah, I know. But what's terrifying is that she was driven to do that
And it took time and effort.
It's made the TikTok has made people do things like this. Like, because TikTok is full of people that love themselves, that want everyone else to just think that they are better.
Right.
Like, it's quite a arrogant social media platform. I think all social media platforms are a bit arrogant, like, you're showing off how great your life is. But with TikTok, there's this different thing. There's this thing that drives people to, like, push, like, bullshit and their perspective. And, like, they're so desperate for people to acknowledge that they are good people, or that they know stuff, or they're educated, or they're like socially, or they're like sensitive, that they do fucking crazy shit like that. She's probably a nice girl. She's probably just an idiot.
Well, no. There's two things there. She's very young and she's being an idiot. I don't think she's very with it. Like, I don't think that she's quite well, because it's nuts. That is nuts what she's just done. Yeah. You know, TikTok is full of people who just like, you know, get the phone out, open it up, and it's just them going, have a good day. I hope everyone's having a great day out there. And that's it.
Stop going on my feed. I told you that was one video.
And I said it's very engaging. You should stick with it. Like, that's what, you know, that people feel like they have power, which in a world, not a lot of us do ever feel like you have that. Yeah. Because most of us don't have the wealth or the circumstances to have any power or say over that. So TikTok and those things are kind of making everybody feel a little bit more. That's what that is. Yeah. That's a space where she, like, you know, she probably has been ignored in school.
Yeah, she just wants to be heard, maybe.
And unfortunately, she's not saying quite the right thing.
No, definitely not. It's she went down the wrong
I kind of want to reach out to her and just be like, just for the sake of you in like 15 years, take it down. I heard something recently that teenagers or young people don't drink as much as we did because there's a fear of everything being caught on camera and then you being caught being an idiot on camera.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah, I read about it somewhere. That the younger generation, they don't drink because everything's being filmed, everything. Like when me and you were like young and getting pissed and going out and doing whatever, no one had the phone out going, oh, look at this, look at you, like drunk in a bin, which never happened, Mum.
Again, one time.
Then, you know, like now it's, imagine beer fear, but everything you did last night being documented on Instagram.
I don't know if, well, yeah, I mean, I totally get that theory. I get that theory for sure. I don't know if that's why people aren't drinking as much, but I guess it does make sense. Yeah, it is. It's mad, isn't it? Like how I was listening to that interview of Mark Zuckerberg. I listened to about 10 minutes of it because it was really boring. But the way he was talking about developing AR, augmented reality, like glasses that you can have in the real world. So you can see the real world, but the technology basically puts things into your existence, right? But all it essentially is, we're kind of there a little bit. It's just this like, you have someone, their phone, another phone, and then another person, like in physical, like, so when you're at a club or whatever, or you're in a bar, everyone has got their phones out now. Like everyone's living through this, and it's like there's this block between face and face.
It's like capitalism has gone. Capitalism has gone so far. The only thing left to sell us is our reality. Yeah. And like the more we are believing into that reality,
trippy, bro.
The more you're buying into that reality, the less you're being connected to the actual reality.
Yeah. I saw a clip.
Which is what drives you to make videos like that, pretending to be Auschwitz victims, meeting God for the first time. It's crazy.
I saw a lot of clips from Reading Festival.
Right.
And like, it's crazy. It's mad how much that's changed now. Of like, the crowd is just so many phones. So many phones.
Sad, isn't it?
Really sad. Like, that didn't used to be a thing. I know it's like a thing that's been happening more and more over the past couple of years of like people. But even compared to like 3 years ago, it used to be people like they'd take a photo and film for a bit, and then eventually they go down. But every time you look in the crowd shots, it's just constant. It's just phones.
Why? I think about this all the time. I'm like, we can't be the only people that find people videoing and taking photos all the way through a gig weird.
No, it depends who you go see.
But
Depends on the family.
no, every yeah, but it's mad that we're quite rare.
Yeah, we're definitely rare.
And I'm not being like, oh, we don't do it. Like, so we're better. It's not that. Well, I know we are.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, it is quite crazy that is. Where are all the people that think that that's weird?
Yeah.
Where are all the people that just don't get their phone out?
Yeah. That's why I'm for those gigs, where comedians are like, right, your phone's getting locked up. Because obviously they don't want the material to get out. But I'm for it because it makes you live in that moment, makes you experience that show.
Yeah, well, comedy's different, isn't it? Because it's in a theatre setting as well, so you can't. It's illegal. But with entertainment now, artists want people to film it because they want it to be street. They want more people online to see it, so that they buy tickets to the next show. Yeah. They think, oh, Harry Styles. Like my news feed and like my reels on Instagram are filled with videos of Harry Styles' concert because loads of my mates went to the concert in Manchester. And all the videos are from his concert, and so it makes you go, oh, Harry Styles concert looks fun. I'm going to get tickets to the next one.
Yeah.
Like, what are there any artists out there that go, put your phone away and enjoy the gig?
Yeah. Coldplay did it, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
Because all I saw online was people's videos
they
of
do
Coldplay.
like one song, don't they? They go, everyone for this song, you don't have your phones out.
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know, the one where they're sad.
Fix You, of course. Yeah.
No, I think it was like Skyfall Stars or something. Adventure of a Lifetime, maybe.
Yeah, good. They should do that. Phones are the worst. I hate them.
Anyway.
Well, that's what people are using their device to listen to this, so that's great.
Yeah, just don't put it away now.
So don't use it for other stuff, but if you want to use it to listen to like a V Grandma, it's perfect.
That's what it's made for. And rate and subscribe. Watch on Spotify and YouTube. Tell your friends. Share the clips.
Yeah, if you enjoy the podcast, tell your mates about it. If there's a clip that you like that we've posted and you think, oh, that really made me chuckle a little bit, share it with your mates.
Absolutely.
Help us support the podcast so that we can keep doing it if you enjoy it.
Love you.
Damn.